Hi, I'm Paul Miller with Sunshine Bouquet, and today we're here to talk about our favorite day of the year, Valentine's Day. The day filled with love. And what do most people think of, and what flower do they think of for Valentine's Day? Nothing but a rose. We're going to talk about a dozen roses, which is what the most common thing is that we sell on Valentine's Day. Now, Valentine's Day can be very tricky. You want to make up everything as soon as possible. You don't want to do it on the day of Valentine's Day. You want to get them done a couple days before. And the biggest thing we all think as designers, we're some Rembrandt or Picasso, and we do one arrangement and just play with it. No, make 4, 5, 3, 6, whatever your table can fit, make that many rose arrangements. So we're going to show you an example of one. Get your dozen rose bouquet with one gyp, one ruscus or one green, and then we've predetermined, because we have to cost out everything, we've predetermined that we're going to add 3 stems of leatherleaf and 2 stems of ruscus and 3 stems of gypsophilia. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to show you the best way to do it and the fastest way. Make sure you have your vases ready. Now I'm going to give you an idea that will work. You have your vase ready, and you use 1 vase, 2 vases, 3 vases. Now what happens when you put greens in the flower, in the bouquets? We're going to show you. And you always have to match the stem length of the roses to the vase. So this might be a little tall, so we're going to cut just a little bit off the bottom. We're going to take the rubber, and we're just going to drop it in the vase. Isn't that pretty? Maybe for some, but we're going to make it prettier because we've costed out this for a dozen roses that we're going to sell every day. So we're going to take our leather leaf, sort of work it in so it gives some fullness to the center. And you notice we have no greens below the water level because we know that all that causes bacteria. And make sure the water has floral food in every vase, or make sure you have a floral preservative because that will make your flowers last much longer. And then we're going to add the 3 stems of gyp. This one becomes, we know how full it is. Oh, and look, we had this little one left. We'll put this in our bucket, and we'll talk about that later. Or a piece broke. And then you can actually rearrange the flowers to fit so they're all spread out fairly even. And let's just add our 2 pieces of ruscus to give it a little height. And then we have our dozen roses. And don't just make 1, make 3. Drop all 3 in at the same time. And then what does everyone like? Oh, it's not a dozen roses unless it has a bow. And we've pre-made these bows. And we just add it, and everybody's going to be happy. And you put that in your cooler, and you line up your shelves just like over here. And this is just the beginning of your assembly line. You can do 10, 20, 30, 40, always be prepared and always have backup. So what's out on the floor, you have it all out there and in your back cooler. So as soon as that space becomes available, it's filled with another vase. Doing a dozen roses is really important, and you could have your whole store filled with 1 price point. But at this time of year, it's really important to have 2, 3, 4 price points of vases already made up, and make sure you count the cost of everything in the rose vase. As you go and you upgrade, you count for every piece of green, every piece of filler, Every piece of ribbon, anything you use on there, make sure you have it in there. Make a total cost and then do your assembly line and make plenty for the store to have. And you will be surprised, your higher end roses will sell more on Valentine's Day than any other day of the year. One of the things that we have to mention too is there's more colors to roses, absolutely gorgeous colors besides red. So make sure you have a collection of all colors of roses, and it will really make your store pop. Because some people will come in and not want red roses, but when they see that beautiful orange rose or that beautiful yellow rose, they're really going to be interested in it. So make sure everything is pre-done, pre-priced, with a tag on that the customer can read. It's very important to make sure that they know the price point of each item. And remember, always have more than one price point of a dozen roses in a vase. When making rose arrangements, don't forget that you can do different size of vases and add as many flowers as you want, as long as you cost every stem that you put in that vase. And it's really important, and you can have a whole exquisite rose line from a small to a medium to a large, even grander than the ones we've done before.